Women don't connect through chemistry how most guys typically perceive. They connect through feelings of uncertainty and tension, which is why having charisma and creating tension with women is gold in 2025. What's up, guys? Austin back here, aka Daddy, with another legendary video discussing more advanced nuances of game that I know y'all will find really beneficial, so let's get into it. Now that we've discussed some of the beginner and intermediate topics, highlighting what is important to attracting women for the guys that are newer or unsure, and getting you some game on the phone to set up dates and go out, we need to discuss charisma. In one of the previous videos, I said flirting wasn't so important when setting up the dates, which is true, but once you are on the date, this is when flirting or charisma needs to come into play. Now, charisma is one of the single most badass traits you can have. So what is charisma? Have you ever met somebody with a magnetic personality where if they said something it was funny, but another could say the same thing and it would not land the same way? This is due to charisma, which is why all the things we discussed in the previous videos have built up to this point. Charisma is the self-confidence, being true to who you are and being in your natural flow where you feel positive emotions like you do with your closest friends. Now, if you remember, the best times when you're joking and fully relaxed, carefree with your friends, all you have to do is not compromise who you are and bring this side out when you're with the girl. I genuinely focus on feeling good this way so I don't have to change for anybody and can be in this charismatic state when interacting with everyone. If you get used to being in a flow state, charisma freely flows and it will allow you to loosen up with women you date. Remember in a previous video, we said if you could always say the right things, you would get everything you want. Now guys screw this up all the time. Instead of worrying about the perfect thing to say, you will start saying all the right things when you flip the switch from what do I need to say to get this to how can I have as much fun and enjoy my time with this chick. It's almost counterintuitive, but this is how flow state works. Now that you know how to get into flow state, you will never run out of things to say to the girl. If you are totally unsure what to talk about, I use common interests to find things with the girls that me and her can both enjoy. Now, charisma is a combination of confidence, flow state, and creating tension. So why is creating tension important, guys? In order for a girl to emotionally invest in you and feel something for you, you need to build on the tension itself. Women go for men that lie to them and cheat on them not for the reasons you think. They do this because the men make them feel something for her. Tension allows them to focus on where she stands with you. If you have a girl and she always knows where she stands with you, this kills the attraction and tension. This is why a lot of times the guys who are kind but show a lot of commitment get left by these women. So in order to be the guy who can create the tension, some days you need to do things in a non-routine way and mix things up so that she has something to focus on. This could mean not calling her at the same exact time or doing things in just a non-routine way. This is also why you see women go for guys that treat them badly or see them always complaining about a guy that never does them right. Or she tells another guy who thinks being the white knight or shoulder to cry on is going to get him somewhere with her. It's not. Guys, you want to be the shoulder she props her legs on, not the shoulder she cries on. Tension can be created in all types of ways. Sometimes you can surprise her in different ways. The main thing is don't become too predictable and continue to look for just different ways to mix it up so it doesn't get too boring. And continuing on this point, women want to feel a wide range of emotions or the roller coaster. They love the highs and the lows. So, some effective ways you can create this tension that are less toxic than, say, the guys that cheat on the women, or playful ways by like saying something like, "Oh, you don't like this, we'll never get along," or just saying things like this will create tension. This is why what you say and letting the women experience you for your personality is so important. They love to feel different emotions. You can use innuendo, playful sarcasm, things like this to mix it up. Once you get really good at this and keep her guessing, you'll notice the dates run a lot smoother. I barely, if ever, have any fights or arguments because I implement this so well. You can try setting up a date and not telling a woman what y'all will be doing is a great way to build the tension. As she begins to wonder from part one of the date, you can drop subtle hints is a surefire way to keep her locked in and engaged while on the date together. One of my best examples of tension is leading the interaction to the edge of things but then stopping. Like going in for a kiss, and when she tries to kiss back, move your face at the last second. Um, Playfully creating it physically like that works really well. Creating a date with surprises along the way, and then hinting to her about them as the date goes on. Remembering things she likes from the first date that you can hint about on the second date works well. Um, Tension can just be created when you just get inside the girl's head and hint at stuff y'all could do. This works really well at the beginning and throughout the relationship. So it works well if you're looking for a casual relationship or if you're looking for a long-term partner or girlfriend. It will help you keep things mixed up, and so that things don't get boring in the long run. A last great example is y'all planning to do something, say like on her birthday or a special night you had planned, and then pretending like you forgot it was that day, and then later you can show up like you remember just to kind of play with the tension. A last great example is y'all planning to do something, say like on a birthday or a special day you had planned, and then pretending like you forgot it was that day if you're with her earlier, and then acting like you remember later. Tension is key to making her feel like you're a challenge. Tension can be felt when the girl says something and you respond with something that creates emotions in ways she's not expecting. It's easy to do once you get the hang of it, and you just keep amping up the challenge for her, hinting towards something y'all both like or mixing up the emotions. Tension can be created in many ways, but all forms have one common denominator: saying something that caused her to feel something for you so she can emotionally invest. Tension can be created um, in many ways, but it's just important that you do create it so she'll become hooked on you. Never wait for a woman to create the tension because that may mean the relationship is close to over. Alright, guys, with this help, you will be like a god at game. Wishing y'all the best. This is Austin. Until next time.